Hi everyone, it's Al. Today we're going to talk about these little beauties here, the drain valve. Some of you are having a bit of a problem with getting the water to come out of them, especially the older ones. You want to drain your system to put inhibitor into your hot water system, or maybe to drain out to do a radiator or whatever. But whatever else is happening, these are not. This is the drain valve, and we call it a drain cock. And basically your hose is on there, you've got your spanner, you've opened it up and you've realised that nothing is coming out the drain valve at all. It's completely dry. So what's happened? So first of all, this is a brand new one, as you can see. So we'll take this one off and I'll show you the innards. Now there's the innards, and as you can see, it's just a seat with a washer on it, and it just screws down onto a seat inside that housing there. So it's a straightforward thing, a lot like the old-fashioned taps, where you screw it down, a tap washer goes against the seating and it shuts the water off. But what happens, why do you not get any water out of these sometimes? Well, here's an old one. Now these are generally more like you're used to, what normally you've got in a house, an old devil like this. And you find it is really tight to undo as well. I've just took this one out of an old system. It felt like it was sticky and stiff, so I wouldn't take it to bits, just so that I could see what normally happens to me in a lot of houses. You get to the end there and it kind of clicks. You hear that? And again, there it goes. And it's kind of stuck. Now you may find then that no water's coming out, but you've opened it. It's just doing that. And you think, what's going on? Now what's happened here is the washer is stuck on that seat. Now, if you're going to do this job, it's going to be a wet job. Okay. Now you want to drain it out, but nothing's coming out, or very little is coming out. So now you're faced with a problem. Because when you first undo this, there's going to be water there. Okay, even if you shut the little tank off in the loft, there's going to be water in there because it's all backed up behind. It's the idea of this thing, to drain the water out. So you've got your hose on there, all right, running out, but nothing's happening. So what you got to do when you reach this position here is a pair of pliers, because we've got to pull this off. This has got to be pulled off now to get it free. Now when you do that, water is going to come belting out at the end of there pretty fast. So you want plenty of towels on the floor, okay, possibly a bucket to squeeze them into, because there's going to be a bit of pressure when you first do it. So if it's on carpet, take the carpet up. Alright, I don't want a mess. And it will be black and sludgy, which is even worse. So if it does touch carpet, I'm afraid it makes a hell of a stain. So do take care, if you've got to do this, take the carpet up, okay, and cover the area with old towels that don't matter, because you'll probably have to chuck them away afterwards, because the black sludge that will come out of here is pretty horrendous. This is a problem that plumbers are faced with. I've had this all the time, this problem, where you get nothing out of a drain valve. Okay, all prepared, everything's down, you're all covered. It's also handy if you can have someone handy with you to put their finger over the end of this when you pull this washer out, because once this comes out, one or two things are going to happen. Now as you can see, I'm pulling it out, it's stiff, right, it's come out. Now this one has come out with the washer intact. You can see it's old, and you can see that part of the washer's stuck inside there. You can see that. Okay, so this is really an old devil, which is more like what you'd get in your house. And once you pull that out, water is going to shoot out of here really fast. But all you got to do is get your thumb over there. Just put it over the end and leave it there and let it run out the hose. And after a couple of minutes, even 5 minutes, if you can just keep your thumb there, the pressure will gradually drop away, and you'll find that in the end you can virtually take your thumb off and just screw this back in a little way, just a couple of threads, just to hold it there till the rest of it's gone out. Okay. Now what else happens is that, as you can see the remains of the old washer that's stuck inside there. What often happens as well is this washer comes right off and sticks in there. And if that's happened and you pulled this out, but there's no washer and seat, because some of these drain offs, this part isn't locked together. See, that one's locked together, and the same with that other one, they're locked together. Well, on some cheap drain offs they're not, and this whole jumper and washer stays in there. and if that happens, then you need some long nose pliers like this to get in there and pull it out, get it on the end and pull the whole thing out, because sometimes this bit is not connected like these, like this particular one. It's connected into there quite, and that's the idea, is so they'll open and always flow free. But the cheaper drain offs are not, they're loose, and they remain fast on that seating in there. So you will need a pair of long nose pliers, put it on the end of the jumper when you're taking it out and pull it out. Alright, just give it a get out. Once you do that, again, thumb over the end and it will all empty. Now all you got to do is, if it's an old one like this, obviously you may not want to buy the whole new drain off, but you can just buy a drain off, and they're usually pretty interchangeable. You can change bits in, they will fit the same thread, so all is not lost. But at worst you can get another drain cock and redo the whole thing. Alright, but you can just get them, you're pretty much interchangeable. You can take this bit off, this piece here, take it right away, like so, like I've just dropped it on the floor, and you're left with that, and you can just change it and put a new bit in like that. When you do that though, do make sure you clean all that inside there really thoroughly, so that when you put this back in, it makes a good seal. And that's a way of renewing a drain cock, but only putting the head part in, so that you haven't got like in this instance, it's all soldered on. It'd be a devil. You'd have to get one with a thread on it, take it right out and do it. That depends on you and what you've got. Also, last thing, someone else told me that their drain off was low to the floor like this, pointing in this direction. So that means if it's doing that and you've only got a little bit of headroom and the hose is on there, you haven't got much room. Again, if you undo it and you can't get anything up, all I can advise you is there are screwdrivers that are bent and angled, and you can get a screwdriver up there and get it into the washer and just pull it out again, or a bent nail or something like that to get up there if you haven't got much room between that and the floor to get the washer out. That's another one. The usual one though as well, if it is this way on, it's facing that way, and it's locked, the washer's stuck on the seating solid, is get a posi driver and push it into the washer, push it right into it. It usually goes through, and then when you pull it out, it will come with the washer stuck on the end of the screwdriver. Alright, I can't show you that one because I haven't got one that's that way broke. I took a few out. I mainly took this one out, and I thought, I'll show you this one on a demonstration, because I've never actually took this one apart. It's just an old one I took off for this demo. So there you are. That's basically it. How to get the drain off running if you found that it's not working at all and you want to get your system emptied. What happens, as I say, is that they kind of are in for years. You don't use them for 5-10 years, and they remain stuck solid to the seat of the drain cock. Hey, that's it.